Over 2,000 years ago, ancient Chinese scholars observed the changing patterns in our natural world, the climate, the turning of the seasons, and astronomy. The scholars measured and divided the sun's annual movements into 24 equal parts, creating the 24 solar terms, which were used to govern agriculture in ancient China. Even to this day, this invention still guides the lives and traditions of hundreds of millions of Chinese people. Every year, around November 22nd, the light snow solar term comes. Chinese farmers like snow. Snow during the light snow season means a good harvest and abundant production in the following year. In this snow is the crystallization of 1,000 years of experience. The light snow solar term has arrived. Northern China may have been frozen solid for a while now, but right down at the southern edge of China, the rice has only just been harvested. For one of China's oldest ethnic groups, known as the Miao, this is when they get to celebrate New Year. It's the light snow season for some, but it's party time for the Miao. "56 state-recognized ethnic groups live in China. Each group has its own unique traditions. The Miao are the fourth largest group by population. They have their own language, but has never been written down. The survival of their customs relies on stories passed generation to generation at times like this. This Miao village's rice crop has just been brought in. There's no one left hanging about in the fields. People are getting ready for the best moment of the year, when they can all go out and celebrate the year's harvest. This young villager Xiaohu fishes in the fields recently vacated by the rice. He's fishing for a kind of carp that has lived in the rice paddies since ancient times. The field fish, as it is known here, looks stunning, with bright colors, and it tastes delicious. Even scales are soft enough to be eaten. It may be much warmer than in the north, but the water temperature is still pretty chilly at around 5 degrees Celsius.
Come on, fish. 这样子的话，要是有鱼，它就会一直在碰这个框，然后这个框就会震动。要2只手，离自己身体远一点。2只手这样子，对。
这么也哇。
China was the first country in the world to breed freshwater fish. As early as 3,000 years ago, the Chinese began raising fish in ponds. Using the rice fields to keep them captive, these fish have kept pests and weeds to a minimum for 2,000 years. Their manure has enriched the soil too. This is how to max out your rice yields. Plus, you get to eat the fish after. Xiaohu has just caught himself a tasty New Year's Eve dinner. While Xiaohu fishes out in the paddies, his mother gets preparing to hit the town. Buying everything else for the New Year's Eve meal is a job for Mum. The Miao people have been farmers forever. As early as 6,000 years ago, they mastered the use of a special ingredient, the chili pepper. Absolutely everything has been doused in them. The light snow season sees the temperature drop sharply. The air turns crisp and dry. In the Chinese countryside, people wait for the light snow season before starting to make homemade sausages and smoked bacon. Pork dunked in sautéed pepper and salt, marinated for half a month. Hung from the beams, smoked from underneath by cypress twigs. You have to make sure that the smoke is evenly spread. The goal is for it to go dark red. Then you know the flavor will have really sunk in. Chinese people have always smoked meat to preserve it. More than 2,500 years ago, Confucius even accepted bacon for lessons. "Send me 10 strips of smoked bacon and I will teach you," he said. So his students did exactly that. It's the eve of the Miao's New Year. Never mind those gurgling stomachs. Making an offering to the ancestors is on top of the list. They thank the clan for their blessings, the good fortune that has helped them bring in a decent harvest.
苗族的过年就相当于汉族的那个春节，只要过这个苗年，不管你在哪个地方，都要赶回来过这个苗年。一来是庆祝我们的稻谷丰收，二来又庆祝我们的生意蒸蒸日上。
苗年节就是2周的时间。
其實在苗寨裡面，這已經不是2周，這今天只是慶祝。那麼要到來年的那個3月份吧，我們這都是處於休息的時間。
幹啥呢？
我們就是慶祝，就上去山上去感謝祖先，我們就跳爐聲啊、吹爐聲啊，就大家在一起喝酒吃飯。所以今天就是你剛好趕上我們的苗年節，歡迎你來自遠方的客人到我們家來，
那就
先喝口酒。
Cheers， 乾杯！
來，乾杯！
哇，
The New Year's Eve is a feast for the family, and tomorrow's Miao Festival is a coming together of the whole clan. The Leishan County in Guizhou Province is one of the main settlements of the Miao people. Traditions at New Year have been passed down for thousands of years, strange and magnificent. Beautiful girls wearing silver horns are filling the square, attracting everyone's attention. Silver ornaments are 100% essential at the Leishan New Year. A Miao girl here can wear anything from 10 to 15 kilograms of silver. The way they see it, if a girl does not have a set of silver jewelry, she can't even consider getting married. If a young man doesn't know how to craft silver, he has no way to make it in Leishan. The locals tell me these extremely delicate patterns are all handcrafted by Miao silversmiths. Xiaohu's father, Long Taiyang, is a Miao silversmith. Every year, during the light snow season, Miao farmers have little to do. But for Long Taiyang, this is absolutely the busiest time of year. People around the village rush to buy or repair their silver before getting decked out for the new year. Making filigree is what Long Taiyang does best. It's one of the most basic steps, but also one of the hardest. He has to turn bars of silver into silver string as fine as hair. This special silver drawing plate, 52 eyes of different diameters. The silver strip must pass through all 52 in turn until it finally equals the diameter of a human hair.
你要拉到头发丝那么细，我们这叫做花式工艺。这后面这是用力夹，对，就往上抽，抽到腰直，抽到你腰直为止，就会一次性就过来了，一次性过来。
一次性。
对。还要不要再来？
不要。这种方式感觉挺费劲的。
这是自古以来就是这种方式，所有这种花式工艺都是这么干出来的。从早上8点钟拉到晚上差不多要8点钟才把它拉好。
10几个小时，是12个小时。
Filigree making is a very traditional Chinese craft. It's meticulous and needs a lot of patience. Wound from silver as thin as silk thread, it is welded into place and turned into the most exquisite pieces of jewelry.
发，中国人都喜欢发。
Silver used to be China's hard currency. In the maritime era, Westerners used to buy Chinese goods with silver, like fine porcelain and silk and tea. Europeans would travel the world looking for silver-producing colonies, and most of this silver would end up in China. Out of all the Chinese, the Miao might be the people who are the most in love with silver. Their attraction to it goes way beyond its face value. As a cultural tradition that has been passed down for thousands of years, it's meant to bring luck and future good fortune. There's an ocean of silver here. This is the annual festival of the Miao people, the end of the old year, but most importantly, the start of a new year. The Gumars, or the married daughters, are back home with their families for the most traditional and lively event of the Miao year. To be a Gumar, you've got to be married. From the headwear a Miao woman is wearing, you can tell if she's single or not. These girls with the silver horns on their heads are not married. Those without horns are the clan's married Gumars. It used to be harder to travel. Daughters who married far away could only meet up with their mother's family once a year. Things may have changed a lot, but this tradition has turned into a big event. At this time every year, thousands of Gumar meet in the county square. They bring with them chicken, ducks and fish, plus gifts such as newly harvested rice, and walk home together for New Year. People are saying that the Gumar who lives the furthest away has to carry this much weight for as far as 10 kilometers. While Gulmars are carrying gifts for their families, their husbands have to keep up the tempo, playing their reed pipes the length of the street. This festival is in the hands of the women. To welcome the Gulmars and their husbands back to the village for New Year are their family members who have stayed home and are super busy. Steam is coming out of every kitchen. This year's glutinous rice has been well soaked in preparation. Out come the wooden steamers in which the glutinous rice will be cooked before being bashed by hammers and turned into a Miao speciality. 糍粑, sticky sweet rice cakes. This tasty snack is made especially for the new year and represents a good harvest at the light snow season. It looks as though the Gulmars might be close by. The families run out and they man their drinking stations. The homecomers must pass by 12 of these places and at each one have 1 cup of rice wine. Only after downing all 12 bowls can the Gulmars and their husbands each go to their own homes. After drinking up rice wine laid on the way as long as 1 kilometer, the Gulmars are finally reunited with their loved ones who they haven't seen for a year. Everyone gathers in the village square, dancing the Lusheng hot flower dance, making the 糍粑 rice cakes, eating at long tables. I've never seen anything quite like this Miao New Year feast. It may only be on this day that you will see such particular customs in full swing. The warmest of atmosphere and the most unique Miao's New Year. The 24 solar terms, which were created in a distant past to guide the farmers of China, have turned out to affect every aspect of Chinese life. Each solar term is implied in rich, multi-layered Chinese cultural events and traditions, and holds a wisdom that has been maintained for thousands of years.